with module 2, which is angle modulation. So the second module in your syllabus talks about angle modulation. What do you understand by angle? See, whenever you have a sinusoid in the form AC cos theta, what is the angle? Say this is the signal. You have some signal in the form AC cos theta. What do you mean by angle in this signal? What is the angle? This theta represents the angle. Yes or no? So any signal which is in the form of a sine, cosine, whatever, here theta would represent the angle, and generally, how would you represent theta? Theta can be represented as sum of two parts, one fixed part and one variable part. So this corresponds to the fixed part and this would be the variable part. Whenever we write this theta as a sum of two things, and why this fixed part, how does this represent an angle? For that, let's consider this graph. Okay, so let me draw a graph of why this 2 pi FCT represents an angle. We'll see. Let me take graph of variation in theta with respect to time. Okay, and let me consider a linear variation like this. Theta is changing as a straight line with respect to time. In the sense, if I consider two changes in theta from theta 1 to theta 2 corresponding to time 1 and time 2, then the total change in theta from theta 1 to theta 2 divided by the total change in time from t1 to t2, what do we call this ratio as? Anybody? Change in angle with respect to time. The change in the angle of a signal with respect to time. Any idea what we call it as? Yes?
Angular velocity.
Angular velocity or angular frequency. You're right. So I can call this as omega, which is angular velocity, or we can also call it as angular frequency. Okay. So change in angle with respect to time is always angular frequency or angular velocity. And we also know how do we relate angular frequency to actual frequency. Omega is 2 pi f, yes or no? Where omega is the angular frequency and f is the actual frequency. So we know that omega can be written as 2 pi f. Therefore, I can equate this to 2 pi f also, right? Therefore, what is f? How do I define f in terms of this? F can be 1 by 2 pi change in theta by change in time, right? Same equation, delta theta by delta t, that is frequency, and since it is angular frequency, if I divide it by 2 pi, I'll get the actual frequency value f. Okay. Now, one small consideration. If this change in time, if I say, if delta t is very, very small, then, or if I say delta t tends to 0, so what would be limit delta t tending to 0, 1 by 2 pi delta theta by delta t? What can I call it as? This is called differential of theta with respect to time. See, whenever this denominator becomes very small, whenever this delta t or change in time becomes very small or it tends to 0, If I apply limits and 1 by 2 pi remains as it is a constant. So I'm going to get 1 by 2 pi d theta by dt instead of delta theta by delta t. So this change in theta is written as delta theta, change in time is written as delta t. And when we take that change in time to be very small, then we can represent it as a differential of theta with respect to time, and that is another alternative expression for the frequency f. Okay, so I think all of you can just make a note of this. You can just say, please write down, angle modulation is a technique. Angle modulation is a technique wherein the angle component of a high frequency sinusoid, or a high frequency carrier is varied in accordance with a low frequency message. So this is a very simple definition for angle modulation. And we are going to study this angle modulation as one whole module. And we'll be studying the two different types of modulation which are going to be included under angle modulation. One is the frequency modulation, the second one is phase modulation. Okay. Next you just say, generally a high frequency carrier signal can be represented as AC cos theta, where theta is generally sum of a fixed and variable component as shown. Write this equation. Sum of fixed and variable component as shown. And to express the relationship between theta, omega and f, we can consider theta to vary linearly with respect to time, as shown, where delta theta by delta t is theta 2 minus theta 1 by t2 minus t1, which is equivalent to omega, the angular frequency or angular velocity, which can also be equal to 2 pi f. Next you say, therefore, it's very important that you remember this relationship. Throughout we'll be using this interchangeably. Okay, and for problems also. So you say, therefore, f is 1 by 2 pi delta theta by delta t. And if delta t tends to 0, delta t is very small and it tends to 0, then taking limits as delta theta by delta t, as delta t tends to 0, we get f as 1 by 2 pi d theta by dt. So f is defined as 1 by 2 pi d theta by dt. This is the alternate form for relating f with theta. Okay. Or if I want theta from f, how do you get? See, f is 1 by 2 pi d theta by dt. So can you find theta from f? How do I extract this theta? Yes?
Integration.
Integration. 2 pi you take it to the other side. Integration of f dt. 0 to t. Correct? So 2 pi f, or I can also say integration of omega dt, because 2 pi into f is omega. So please remember all these relations. Frequency is 1 by 2 pi d theta by dt, and theta is 2 pi into integral of f dt or integral of omega dt. If I integrate the angular frequency, I should get the angle theta. So these are different ways of relating these elements. So with this background, let's move on to define. So as I told you, we have phase modulation and frequency modulation related to the angle. Let's first talk about phase modulation. So the first thing we'll talk about phase modulation, and let's derive the expression for phase modulation. Okay. So here, one second. Okay. So people keep joining whenever they want. It's already 15 minutes and people join when I take attendance. I don't know. This attitude is really bad. It's you who are the loser in the end, which you're not trying to understand in how many other ways we tell you. Okay. So I really hate taking measures for such things. Monitoring like a policeman and doing such things, seeing whether you're attending, asking. At least we try to make the lesson interesting. In between, we pose some questions to see if you are following, something like that. Or if you ask questions, it is well and good. I need not ask. But nothing happens here. When there is no interaction, it is difficult. And people entering and leaving whenever you want is another headache. Anyway, let's not go into that now. So let's talk about phase modulation. You say is a technique wherein the phase of the high frequency carrier, the phase of the high frequency carrier is varied in accordance with the low frequency message. Is varied in accordance with the low frequency message. So from this definition, let's start off. We know that the instantaneous angle, I'll say. Instantaneous means the angle at the given instant of time. The instantaneous angle, I'll call it as theta I. It's the same expression. We don't change the expression. Only thing, I'm using the subscript I to indicate that it is an instantaneous value. So this can be defined as sum of fixed component and variable component. As I was telling you, this represents a fixed component of angle. So omega into t. If I take integral of omega dt, this value turns out to be omega into t. Yes or no? See here, we said theta is defined as integral omega dt from 0 to t. If at all you integrate this omega, which would be a constant, and integral 1 from 0 to t would be t. So the same thing, omega into t represents an angular value. 2 pi fc is omega c, yes or no? So 2 pi fc represents omega c into t, and this whole thing is angle theta c, the fixed angle. I was telling you this angle theta is a sum of a fixed angle and a variable angle. So the fixed angle, I am showing you how 2 pi fct is an angle. So 2 pi fct is nothing but omega into t, and omega into t gives you theta. It's nothing but theta. We got it from the previous relationship which we defined. Okay. So the instantaneous angle theta I is a sum of fixed angle theta c and a variable angle phi. It's a sum of two angles. This first part will be kept fixed by keeping a fixed frequency fc, whereas this second part we are going to vary. We have the option to vary this second part. So you can consider, therefore, what? From definition of phase modulation, the phase of the signal should vary in proportional to the message. Simple. Phase modulation is a technique wherein the phase of the high frequency carrier signal is varied in accordance with the message. And what is the high frequency carrier? If you want, you write it here. Let C of t be A cos. Yes? Munish? You have any doubts? Okay. So let the carrier be A cos theta, and that theta or theta I instantaneous angle is represented as 2 pi fct plus phi. And from definition of phase modulation, we'll say phi is proportional to m of t, or in other words, if I want to change this proportionality sign to equal to sign, what should you do? You should include a constant of proportionality like this. I'll say phi is equal to kp into m of t. Hope you are following this. By the definition of phase modulation, the variable phase of a given signal should be proportional to the message. It should be proportional to the message. So this is the proportionality symbol. If I change this proportionality to equal to sign, we can write phi should be equal to kp into m of t, or I'll call this previous equation. Let this be 1, this 2, and this 3. Okay. Can you tell me what would be the definition for kp and its units? Here, if I have to isolate kp,
radians per volts.
Yes, this would be the ratio of this angle by the message voltage. So its units would be radians per volt. Okay. So this is known as, what do we call this term? The change in angle with respect to change in the message voltage, amplitude of the message we say. So it is amplitude of the message which causes change in the phase angle of a signal. When I say in accordance with, here if you want you can add in accordance with amplitude of a low frequency message. So in the definition itself, it would be better to include amplitude of low frequency message so that this remains fixed in your mind. So if we vary the amplitude of the message signal, which would be varied in volts, I'll be able to vary this phase angle phi. Is that clear? Hence, we call this term as the phase sensitivity of the modulator. So by how much the phase angle will change when I vary the message voltage. If you vary message voltage by 1 volt, the phase angle may change by 2 degrees. If I vary it by 2 volts, it may vary by 4 degrees, so on. So what is the rate of change of the angle with respect to change in voltage? That is a measure of the sensitivity of the modulator. Hence, it is called the phase sensitivity of the modulator. Okay. Therefore, now combining equations, or you can say using, instead of combining, using equation 3 in 2 and then 2 in 1. What do you get? First you put 3 in equation 2, you get theta I is 2 pi fct plus kp m of t. Correct? For phi, I should replace it with kp m of t. And then what should I do? What is equation 1? You see, the equation 1 was nothing but the equation of the carrier, a cos theta I. So I can also call this carrier as angle modulated signal S of t. Instead of calling it as carrier C of t here, since we have considered this angle which we are going to vary, I'll call this as the angle modulated signal S of t. Now you substitute this theta I value in equation 1, you will get the expression for phase modulated signal. You say, therefore, angle modulated, or in this case, it is phase angle. Phase modulated signal S of t is A cos 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. Simple. Actually, it is a very easy derivation. If they ask you to derive the expression for a phase modulated signal, please see here, all that you have to do is, you just have to define what is phase modulation first. Phase modulation is a technique wherein the phase of the high frequency carrier is changed in accordance with amplitude of a low frequency message. Okay, that's the definition. And once you have this fixed, next you can say, therefore, let the angle modulated signal, or let the carrier, both are one and the same. Only thing, in the carrier we don't change this angle, but once we change the carrier to angle modulated signal, we are going to change the angle. So I'll call this signal as S of t A cos theta I, where the instantaneous angle, or the angle at a given instant of time, theta I, is given as 2 pi fct plus phi. Okay, where this 2 pi fct represents the fixed part and phi represents the variable part in the angle. So hope till here it is clear. Now from the definition of phase modulation, we can say the phase angle phi, this variable phase angle phi, should be made proportional to the message signal. So I'll use this proportionality symbol. Now I want to remove that proportionality symbol and bring it to a definite equal to symbol. So I'll introduce a constant of proportionality, Kp. Phi is equal to Kp into m of t. And according to this equation, Kp can be defined as change in phase angle divided by the change in message. And change in message would be in terms of amplitude, which is volts. Change in the phase angle would be expressed in radians. So the unit of this kp is radian per volt, and it is known as phase sensitivity of the modulator. Okay. Now combining equations or putting equation 3 in 2 and then 2 in 1, you get theta I like this, 2 pi fct plus kp m of t when I put 3 into 2. And then when I put 2 into 1, I'll get this last equation, which is the standard expression for a phase modulated signal. Is this clear? Any doubts so far? So how do I define phase modulation? It can be defined as change in the phase of the carrier signal with respect to change in amplitude of the message. Please remember that. Change in the phase of the carrier with respect to phase angle of the carrier with respect to amplitude of the message. And this is the time domain standard representation of a phase modulated signal. Any doubts with this? Yes or no?
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Ma'am, can you let in Madhura in, ma'am? She lost due to network connection.
Why, man, these people for first time I am locking. Okay. Now, let's talk about the next, that is frequency modulation. So the next topic is frequency modulation. First, we spoke about phase modulation. The second one is frequency modulation. And please remember, both these types, both frequency and phase, are parts of the angle of a signal. Okay. So please make a note of the definition. Make a note of the definition of frequency modulation. It is defined as the change in frequency of a high frequency carrier signal in accordance with the amplitude of a low frequency message. Change in frequency of a high frequency carrier in accordance with the amplitude of a low frequency message. So similar definitions both have, except that here it is change in frequency of the carrier. In the previous thing, it was change in the phase angle of the carrier. Okay. Otherwise, both depend on the amplitude of the message signal. Change in frequency of a carrier in accordance with amplitude of the message signal is known as frequency modulation. Okay. See, somebody joined just now. At the end of the class, who is that person who joined now? Please answer. Anyway, I get a mail. I'll mark you absent with that. I don't want to handle such things, but I don't know why you people behave like this. You join, come and join at the end of the class. Okay. So here, let's talk about the instantaneous frequency. Okay, given a signal or a carrier signal is a cos theta I, which is a function of time. So this is the carrier signal. In this theta has a fixed and variable part, But let me start with frequency. Let instantaneous frequency, Fi, which is a function of time, be defined as Fc, which is a fixed frequency, plus Fv, which is a variable part. So, excuse me, we can define this instantaneous frequency, the frequency at any given instant of time, as a fixed frequency plus a variable frequency. So this Fc, which represents the actual carrier frequency for which you have designed the carrier, that is fixed. So you use an oscillator to generate a carrier of 100 kilohertz, that would be your Fc and it is fixed. But later on I have a second part in that, which I am going to vary in accordance with the message. That I am calling it as Fv. Okay. Now, what does the definition of Fm say? From definition of frequency modulation, the frequency of the signal should vary in proportion to the amplitude of the message. If you want, you can put magnitude. Anyway, we'll just say Fv varies in proportional to the message. And if I remove this proportionality symbol, just like in the previous case, I'll introduce a constant of proportionality called as Kf into m of t. Okay. Now, again, I think equation 5, 6, 7, where what is Kf? What should it be called? Just like in the previous case, it should be called frequency sensitivity. It represents frequency sensitivity of the modulator, right? Frequency sensitivity of the modulator. And what is the unit? It becomes a ratio of change in frequency with respect to change in amplitude of the message. So what would be the unit? Hertz per volt. Change in frequency would be in hertz. Okay. And change in the message amplitude would be in volts. So the unit of Kf, frequency sensitivity of the modulator, is hertz per volt. Okay. So please remember, frequency sensitivity is a measure of by how much the frequency will change when I change the amplitude of the message. So whenever you change the amplitude of the message, by how much that frequency is going to change, that is known as frequency sensitivity of the modulator. So now all reverse substitutions. Use equation 7 in 6 first. So use equation 7. Use equation 7 in equation 6. What do you get? We get instantaneous frequency is Fc plus Kf m of t. Right? Now, how do I convert this instantaneous frequency to instantaneous angle? Or we can do one more step. You can consider what? Multiply throughout with 2 pi. What would be the use of this? I would get 2 pi into instantaneous frequency is 2 pi Fc plus 2 pi Kf into m of t. This complete equation I am multiplying it with 2 pi. That's all. So multiply throughout with 2 pi. Now, what is 2 pi Fi? 2 pi into F is your angular frequency omega I. So 2 pi into F represents the angular frequency omega I, and this is equal to 2 pi fc plus 2 pi kf m of t. Now from this, how do I define theta? How do I define the angle theta? We discussed the relation. How do we get angle theta from angular velocity theta I, angular frequency?
Omega into t.
Integrate this with respect to time. Integrate both sides with respect to time. 2 pi fc dt plus 2 pi kf is a constant, integral 0 to t m of t. So can you simplify this? What is the simplification of this? Here, integral 0 to t omega I dt is your angle theta I. It's a function of time. If you want, you can show this. Even if you don't show, it is understood. Theta is a function of time. And here 2 pi fc are all constant. All the three factors are constant with respect to time. So what is integration of 1 dt? It is t with limits 0 to t. It is something like this, with limits 0 to t. And what is the value of this? T minus 0, or it will remain as t, right? So integral 2 pi fc dt will become t, and next 2 pi kf is a constant. Integral 0 to t m of t will remain what? As it is, correct? Now I have got the angle. The last step is what? Substitute this angle, substitute theta I value in what? In the expression for carrier, or in the expression for signal S of t. We know S of t was represented as A cos theta I. So if I substitute, I'll get A cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf integral 0 to t m of presents the standard expression for an FM wave. So coming back to derivation of this equation. So let's start with definition of FM. Frequency modulation is defined as change in the frequency of a high frequency carrier signal in accordance with the amplitude of a low frequency message signal. So please remember this definition correctly. Okay. And once we have that, now we can consider any given signal can be expressed in the form of a cosine. Given the carrier signal can be S of t as A cos theta I of t, and it will just be theta of t. If I take theta I, that means I am going to vary this angle theta with respect to the message. Okay, so vary the angle theta with respect to the message, you call it theta I. Now let me consider, since I am interested in frequency modulation, let me define the frequency at a given instant of time, the instantaneous frequency Fi of t, as Fc plus Fv. Fc represents one fixed component and Fv is a variable component of the frequency. Now that fixed component we are going to generate using local oscillator. This variation we will do whenever the message voltage changes. If message voltage changes, some frequency will be generated according to that, which should get added to the existing carrier frequency. So from the definition of FM, we can say the variable frequency is proportional to the amplitude of the message, or it is proportional to the message. Removing that proportionality symbol, I can say it is equal to a constant kf into m of t, where kf represents the frequency sensitivity of the modulator, and it's defined as, the unit is hertz per volt or hertz by volt. Now, substituting this variable frequency value in the instantaneous frequency fi of t, I'll get fi is fc plus kfm of t. Now, I'll multiply this equation throughout. All I want to do is, I want to convert this into instantaneous angle theta I. So if you want to convert this to instantaneous angle theta I, you should multiply it with 2 pi throughout. Okay. And then this becomes omega I. And if I want to change from omega I to theta I, we know we have to integrate. The relationship between theta and omega we just showed, that omega is d theta by dt, or theta is integral of omega dt. So omega, when I integrate between 0 to t, this becomes your angle theta I, instantaneous angle, and this 2 pi fc is a constant. Integral of 1 is t when with limit 0 to t, and 2 pi kf is a constant, integral of the message. So this is the expression for the instantaneous angle in a frequency modulated signal. Now, to represent the frequency modulated signal, all I have to do is, I have to fill in the value of theta I in this expression, a cos theta I. So I'll just say, take a cos, and I'll write the value of theta I of t. That's it. So this represents the standard expression for an FM signal, which is constantly used in many places. With this background, let's try to see what is the relationship between FM and PM. So let's try to see the relationship between FM and PM. This is another important question which will be asked for 3 to 4 marks. Okay. Even the previous derivations can be asked for 2 to 3 marks each separately. Phase modulation and frequency modulation, time domain equations. Okay. So what's the relationship between FM and PM? It's very easy. You write down both the equations on one side. We know SPM of t, the equation for PM is a cos 2 pi fct plus kpm of t. This is the expression for phase modulated signal. Whereas the expression for a frequency modulated signal is a cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf integral m of t dt. Correct? This is the expression for a frequency modulated signal. So can you tell me, say I am given a frequency modulator. Okay, I have a frequency modulator given. A frequency modulator is given to you. How would you get the phase modulated output? I want the phase modulated output using this frequency modulator, ready to use frequency modulator. How would you get the phase modulated output? I have the message carrier as usual is available here. The carrier is connected here. What should I do to the message? Compare the two equations. See, I have a modulator which will give the output in this form. So, any idea what I should do to the message? But I should get it in this form.
Differentiate.
Yes?
Differentiate.
Exactly, you're right. you have to simply differentiate the message signal. So why differentiate? Tell me why to differentiate.
On integrating again, it becomes m of t.
Exactly. Can you write the equation now? So here you are going to give d by dt of the message. Now, if I write the expression for this frequency modulator, SFM1 of t, I'll call this frequency modulator 1, is A cos fixed frequency 2 pi fct plus the constant 2 pi kf integral 0 to t. And what is the input we are giving? We are giving differential of the message, d by dt of the message dt. This, what happens? Integration and differentiation will cancel out with each other. You are going to get A cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf m of t. That's it. So what's the only other thing which we should consider to make these two equations equal? You just have to consider Kp is equal to 2 pi Kf. If this phase sensitivity is equivalent to 2 pi into frequency sensitivity, then whatever equations you get, that would be same as that of a phase modulated wave. A cos 2 pi fct plus Kp m of t. Correct? Instead of 2 pi kf, I am putting Kp because I have considered these two to be equal. So here the only condition is Kp should be equal to 2 pi kf, and whenever you differentiate the message signal and feed it to a frequency modulator, you are going to get the phase modulated signal. Please remember this, very, very important. If I ask you to draw the waveform of a phase modulated signal, you have to make use of this idea only. Otherwise, you can't directly draw the waveform for a phase modulated signal because changing phase, it's difficult to measure and note down. Whereas frequency modulation is easier to do it. So whenever you are going to draw the waveform for a phase modulated signal, you are going to first differentiate the message and then pass it through a frequency modulator. You will get the phase modulated signal. Is that clear? So this is one first relationship. The second one, so this is the first one. Let me move on to the second one. Let's say, let a phase modulator be available. If a phase modulator is available and I have to get what? A frequency modulated signal. To get FM output signal, you please tell me what should I do? Based on the similar lines. So you have phase modulator readily available with you.
Integrate.
Integrate what?
M of t.
Yes. You just have to integrate the message. So integrate this message. The output of this would be integral m of t dt. Correct? Now it is going to modulate this carrier or the angle of the carrier, and the output here would be a phase modulated signal. Sorry, frequency modulated signal. From a phase modulator, you are supposed to get frequency modulated signal. So can you just write the equation? What would the equation be? Output of this phase modulator 1 is the general equation for phase modulated signal, A cos 2 pi fct plus Kp into m of t. This is the standard expression. Now, I just have to replace it with whatever message I have considered. A cos 2 pi fct plus Kp into, I have integral of the message available at the input side. So integral m of t dt I should consider. Again, what's the last step? I have to make Kp equal to 2 pi kf. If Kp is made equal to 2 pi kf here, you will get the same equation as that of an FM signal. Yes or no? 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf integral m of t between 0 to t to dt. This is the equation of a standard FM wave. This was the equation of standard phase modulated wave. So what does this show us? What do these two conditions show us? Anybody? Can somebody summarize? What do these two conditions show us? They simply show us that phase modulation and frequency modulation, PM and FM, are interconvertible, or you can say they are related, which means if we do phase modulation on a signal, it automatically gets frequency modulated also. Though we are not considering, it automatically gets frequency modulated also, and vice versa. In the sense, if I frequency modulate a signal, it is automatically phase modulated also. So we can't consider phase modulation and frequency modulation independent of each other. Both are interdependent. They depend on each other, and if you apply one of the modulation techniques, the other automatically happens. So if you try to apply any one of the modulation techniques, the other automatically happens. That's why what we are going to do, as a general rule, we are going to study FM everywhere. We will be studying frequency modulation in detail, okay? And wherever we want, we know how to get phase modulated signal using a frequency modulator. So whenever I need, I know I can get a phase modulated signal using frequency modulator. That's why we are going to study frequency modulation in detail throughout, and not exclusively phase modulation, or we'll not separate out and study both. Okay. So what I want you to try at home is to draw the waveform and try to find the expression for FM wave considering single tone message. You consider a single tone message and try to find the output.